It's an Animal Kingdom kind of day.
Oh my god.
Yes. More like Arctic Kingdom. Where do we go tonight? Hold on, do we need to be in here?
Well, you could film that.
Hmm?
Yeah, they flew! In the air! You hear that, Las Vegas? They flew!
Not ready yet.
Yeah, everybody's freaking out. So excited by these fabulous ancestral findings. Dolly decided to grow a Billy Ranch right here in the epicenter of the heart of
If you're looking to get to Asia or Triceratops sit, you must use the crosswalk located behind me to your right. Behind me? Your right. Also, will be behind me to your right. Yes. Good morning, everyone. If you're looking to get to Asia, Everett or Triceratops sit, you must use the crosswalk located behind me.
Oh, I see. I see where they're going. I thought this is where they're from.
So it's time for a final ride on Dinosaur. So, can we have our photo thing?
Hi, everyone. You're going to head to the right to row room A. Head to the right, everybody.
What was the clue to solving the mystery
video disappearing.
Yeah, we need to be that way. Heading towards Asia now.
You're going the right way. You can't tell that.
Time for Everest, Jess.
Last time we were on here, it closed because there was a storm. And we didn't, because there was lightning in the area.
Yeah, we didn't have much long to wait.
15-minute break now. I'm going to send a picture to you. This is where she was working.
Is Expedition Everest conquered? No, what I just have done now in Chesley.
We've got your video with a look down.
Hi everybody! Hey, Pumbaa, Timon! Look everyone, it's the Lion King! Welcome Simba, you are right on time. Hey guys, it looks like we're all here! Let's go! Let every creature go grow and sing! Let's hear in the herd and on the wing! It's gonna be King Simba's finest thing! Oh, I just can't wait!
Come on, everybody. All together now. 1, 2, 3.
This Harambe Wildlife Reserve is approximately 110 acres large, made up from 4 different regions. This first region here is the Little Atiri Forest. On your right-hand side, you might see the movement of an okapi, the only known living relative to giraffes. You might notice the stripes on their legs, the stripes undeniably like the stripes of a zebra, but no relationship to zebras whatsoever. Okapis and giraffes, it turns out, they have very similar skeletal structures. Of course, the okapi skeleton on a smaller scale, but the shape and the structure is practically identical. Especially the skulls. Okapis and giraffes, they both have tongues that could stretch up to 18 inches long. The female saddle-billed stork has yellow eyes. The male saddle-billed stork has like a dark brown eye, so it looks like the female's on the right-hand side there. They could stand 5 feet tall with a 9-foot wingspan when fully stretched. They are massive storks. And on your right, greater kudus. They're some of the tallest antelopes in the world. They could be as tall as 55 inches, only to the shoulders when they're fully grown. So they could actually be taller than 55 inches, some of them. And another species of antelope, technically the greater kudus, and on your left, bongos. They are both species of forest antelopes. Forest antelopes do tend to have those white, vibrant stripes on their bodies. Really does help them when they're camouflaging here in the forest, especially when camouflaging with the individual rays of sunlight. Yes, the Elliott Islander. And I do mean a small colony. Some colonies could include up to 500 pelicans. Now the pink-backed pelican, they do get their names from the pinkish colors on their backs. Those pink colors are challenging to observe as long as they keep those wings tucked away. Some of them have their wings a little bit loosened up. You might see those shades of pink. But you're definitely going to see, you're going to see hippos on your left-hand side. We'll catch up with them. The Nile hippopotamus weighs up to 5,000 pounds, spending most of their day in the water. The water tends to cooperate more with their body temperature as opposed to the dry air. They can hold their breath for up to 8 minutes at a time. A lot of folks think that hippos cannot swim. I promise you this is not true. Hippos certainly can swim. All they gotta do is move their little arms and legs and move a few inches and they're swimming. They can do that. 16 to 18 feet in length, and they could weigh up to 500 pounds. Typically enjoying a full meal only about once per week. Nile crocodiles have a very slow digestive process. They cannot and will not eat food every day, but when they do eat, they feast. Keeping in mind they could weigh up to 500 pounds, they can enjoy over half of their body weight in one meal, known as the grasslands of Africa. On your right-hand side, you're going to see springboks and a Hartmann's mountain zebra. But we'll start with the springboks, the smaller antelopes with the tan coats, white bellies, and skinny legs. They are the beloved national animals of South Africa. Springboks are the antelopes known for pronking. Pronking you might be familiar with. That's the jumping motion they make when they move across the savannah. Springboks are the jumping antelopes you've seen before. And on the right hand side, these are Hartmann's mountain zebras. Now, when it comes to zebras, we use the overall stripe pattern to distinguish one species from the other. The Hartmann's mountain zebra, their stripes are always wider on the upper hind legs compared to the rest of their body. But the details of those stripes are unique for each individual zebra, like fingerprints on a human hand. You're never gonna see two zebras with the exact same stripe details. This is how the younger zebra foals are able to tell their mothers from other zebras in those really large dazzles. A dazzle is a gathering of zebras in one area. There are 3 sable antelopes deep behind those termite mounds there. They serve as the official emblems of this Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And in larger numbers to our left, these are wildebeests, known for leading the Great Migration across the African savanna. The Great Migration is basically a search. During this Great Migration, the wildebeests lead the way, searching for fresher grass to eat. The Great Migration oftentimes includes up to 1.5 million wildebeests. And the Great Migration as a whole, not an individual wildebeest, but the migration as a whole, can travel up to 1,000 miles across the savannah in one year. Several of them. They're called Maasai giraffes, one of 9 subspecies of giraffes that live in the world. These subspecies have way more similarities than they do differences. But giraffes in general, they are the tallest animals on land. Their average height usually ranges from 18 to 20 feet. Remember, with the zebras, unique stripe patterns on each individual zebra, like fingerprints on the human hand. You'll never see 2 zebras with the exact same stripes. Same deal applies for the spotted coats on the Maasai giraffes. Those are unique coats for each individual giraffe. Again, the younger giraffes will use those spotted patterns to identify their mothers in the larger towers. A tower is a gathering of giraffes in one area. Now, on top of a giraffe's head, those are not horns and they're not antlers. Those are ossicones. Ossicones are actually really simple. They're just extensions of their skull, surrounded by fur, no different than any other part of their skull. And ossicones are made from calcium, just like every other part of their skull. The sign I'm looking at is actually on the right-hand side. This tree bulldozed off to the side. Elephants are known as the natural bulldozers of the savannah. They can and they will do this to trees. Sometimes to make way for watering holes, migratory paths, food regions, and they'll always enjoy the branches and leaves that come down with the tree as a food source. So keep your eyes peeled for elephants. On your left, though, you're going to see mandrills. Mandrills, the male mandrills, when they're fully grown, they are the largest monkeys on earth when they're fully grown. And they're very well known for the blues and reds on their faces and bottoms. Everyone's favorite mandrill from The Lion King is Rafiki. And one of the beautiful giants up ahead on your right, we'll go say hello to him. Well, hello, big boy. We can identify them based on the shape of their ears. African elephant ears will always take the shape of Africa itself. Whereas other species of elephants, which is pretty much just the Asian elephant, their ear will be much smaller and a bit rounder, sort of, I guess. In truth, it's really hard to describe an Asian elephant's ear. You could just look up a picture yourself. Their ears are weird looking, but they look nothing like Africa or the African elephant's ear. And that is the best observation to use when you're identifying the difference between the Asian and African elephant. Disney's Animal Kingdom is home. The Ankole cattle is the finest grazer that lives on this reserve. It does lead them to be very domesticated by farmers and ranchers in Africa.
I'm literally taking a picture just to send it to
I don't know if I see the young elephant out and about right now. Unfortunately, I do apologize about that, friends. You never know where you may or may not see animals here at the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. It is truly a different experience every time. Oh, wishes do come true. I knew she'd be around here somewhere. Usually where you see the herd of elephants, the young ones, they're going to stick with the herd for their protection and safety. The young elephant, she's just around 13 months old. And she was born here at the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. So was her mother, which makes the young elephant, she's the first second generation elephant reserve. I would bet that her grandma lives here as well. The elephants that we see, they're one big family. There's a white rhino crossing the road up ahead. In truth, white rhinos, they're the most famous culprits of giraffic jams. It's not usually the giraffes, it's usually the white rhinos. They could weigh up to 5,000 pounds when they're fully grown. Hopefully we catch up with other white rhinos in just a moment. We're going to continue on forward though. So you'll want to focus on the ground in between all the tree trunks just above the red rocks. Cheetahs. They are the fastest animals on land. You'll see at least one, two, maybe a third one in there as well. Top speed of 60 miles per hour, which is right around 90 to 100 kilometers per hour. A gathering of cheetahs in one area, that would be called a coalition. Check it out. A sleeping lion. She looks like a rock up there, but that's actually a lioness. These higher elevated rock formations, they are called kopis. Think of kopis as like castles, naturally built just for the savannah. Most appropriate for castles, the rulers of the land, the kings and queens, and the kings and queens of the savannah are lions. Not the king of the jungle, but the king and queen of the savannah. A gathering of rhinos in one area is a crash. That would be a crash of white rhinos. And also a water buck out there by the tree stump, if you can see him facing away from us. Oh, there's a water buck right in the middle of the crash as well. White rhinos, they're a very community-driven animal. They live as a community on the savannah, and they're not afraid of sharing their turf, as you can see. They're not going to feel threatened in any way, shape, or form when other animals share the same grass as they do. And there's the sleepyhead up at the top of the kopie, 2 other lions towards the base of the kopie. At least one of them is awake and looking at us. But lions, a little bit underwhelming, but this is a very accurate representation of a lion's daytime behavior. They are inactive up to 20 hours a day. Most of their inactivity is pure sleep. So the fact that one of them had their head up and was looking at us, that's a pretty good look for us. For a lot of animals. Here's a closer look at the white rhinos and the water buck. Some animals are very territorial. The animals we see to our right-hand side, they're not very territorial. Although the water buck's taking a little bit of hesitation, staying near the edge of the food, there's really no trouble for those animals to share the grass. On the left, these are ostriches. They're the fastest 2-legged animals on land. These flightless birds could reach 40 miles per hour when running, which is right around 60 to 65 kilometer relationship. A lot of times often provides emotional support for us humans, and you provide a loving, caring home for that pet. A coexistent win-win relationship between 2 different living creatures. Friends, that just about does it for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. We are now back in the Harambe Village. If you are a wilderness explorer, be sure to grab the safari badge for your booklet on your way out. Keep in mind you have been on board the Simba 1. Last but not least, here at Harambe, we don't like to say goodbye. We like to say Kwaherini. In Swahili, Kwaherini means to go well. Friends, Kwaherini to each and every one of you. Go well, go wild, go safely. Have a great rest of your afternoon here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Now, waiting loud.